When Russell Westbrook entered the league in 2008, no one could have predicted the twists and turns his career would take. So, who is Russell Westbrook anyway? This explosive point guard has been turning heads and breaking records since he first stepped onto an NBA court. Born with a relentless drive and a chip on his shoulder, Westbrook has redefined what it means to be a floor general in the modern NBA. From his early days as a high-flying dynamo in Oklahoma City to his current role as a savvy veteran coming off the bench, Westbrook's evolution has been nothing short of remarkable. We've seen him go from a triple-double machine to a player willing to sacrifice for the greater good of his team. Talk about a transformation. Westbrook's journey is a story of resilience, adaptation, and the never-ending pursuit of greatness. From MVP to sixth man, most players would call it quits, but not Russ. Now, let's rewind the clock and start at the beginning. Russell Westbrook Jr. was born on November 12, 1988 in Long Beach, California. Growing up, Russ was always the smallest kid on the court, but don't let that fool you. His heart was bigger than anyone's. Westbrook's high school career at Lusinger High School in Lawndale, California was where the legend began to take shape. As a freshman, he was just 5'8" and 140 pounds, hardly the physique of a future NBA superstar. But Russ had something special, an unmatched work ethic, and a burning desire to prove everyone wrong. By his senior year, Westbrook had shot up to 6'3" and was turning heads with his explosive athleticism. He averaged 25.1 points, 8.7 rebounds, 3.1 steals, and 2.3 assists per game. Despite his impressive numbers, Westbrook wasn't highly recruited out of high school, but that didn't stop him from making his mark at UCLA. In his sophomore year, he stepped up big time, averaging 12.7 points, 3.9 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. He led the Bruins to the Final Four and was named the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year. Westbrook's time at UCLA showed the world what he was capable of, a tenacious defender with otherworldly athleticism and a motor that never quit. Jumping on, it's draft day 2008, and the NBA is about to be introduced to a force of nature named Russell Westbrook. The Seattle Supersonics hold the 4th overall pick, and they've got their eyes on the UCLA Dynamo. When Commissioner David Stern steps to the podium and announces, with the 4th pick in the 2008 NBA draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Russell Westbrook. The Supersonics are on the move, packing their bags and heading to Oklahoma City. Just like that, Westbrook goes from a Sonic to a member of the newly minted Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook's rookie season, it's like strapping a rocket to a Ferrari. He's not just fast, he's blazing. The stats might not jump off the page: 15.3 points, 5.3 assists, and 4.9 rebounds per game, but anyone watching could see the potential bubbling under the surface. Coaches and analysts are scratching their heads, trying to figure out what to make of this raw, explosive talent. Some see a future all-star, others worry about his shot selection, but one thing's for sure, nobody can take their eyes off him when he's on the court. Westbrook's not just playing, he's attacking every game, like it's Game 7 of the finals. His intensity is off the charts, his athleticism is otherworldly, and his confidence through the roof. He's fearless, absolutely fearless. As his rookie season progresses, Westbrook starts turning heads league-wide. He's named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team, a clear sign that this kid is here to stay, but Russ is just getting started. Now, let's fast forward a bit to Westbrook's early NBA career, specifically 2009-2011. This is where things start to get really interesting. Remember that lanky kid from UCLA? Well, he's starting to fill out, and his game is growing right along with him. Westbrook and Kevin Durant are forming a dynamic duo that's got the whole league on notice. In 2010, the Thunder make their first playoff appearance with Westbrook at the helm. They might have lost to the Lakers in the first round, but it's clear this team is going places, and Russ is a big reason why. Westbrook's improvement, it's not just noticeable, it's downright scary. His scoring jumps from 15.3 to 16.1 to a whopping 21.9 points per game in 2010-11. His assists, they're climbing too, from 5.3 to 8.0 per game. This guy isn't just getting better, he's evolving at warp speed, but it's not just the numbers that are impressive. Westbrook is emerging as a key player for the Thunder, a leader on and off the court. His intensity is infectious, his work ethic unmatched. He's pushing himself, pushing his teammates, pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible from a point guard. The league is starting to take notice. Defenders are having nightmares about trying to stay in front of him. Coaches are drawing up game plans specifically to try and slow him down. But here's the thing, you can't slow down a force of nature. Moving on to Westbrook's rise to all-star status from 2011 to 2013. This is where Russ goes from promising young player to bona fide NBA superstar. 2011 rolls around and bam, Westbrook gets his first all-star selection. He's not just participating, he's dominating. The world is finally seeing what OKC fans have known all along. This guy is special. In 2012, Westbrook and the Thunder make it all the way to the NBA Finals. They might have lost to LeBron in the Heat, but make no mistake, Russ has arrived on the big stage and he's here to stay. And as if that wasn't enough, Westbrook caps off an incredible year by winning Olympic gold in London. At this point, he's not just an NBA star anymore, he's a global basketball icon. By 2013, there's no doubt about it, Russell Westbrook has established himself as one of the league's top point guards. His combination of speed, athleticism, and relentless aggression is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen. From 2013 to 2015, we see the beginning of the superstar era for Russ. We're talking multiple all-star selections, leading the league in scoring in 2015, and putting up numbers that make statisticians drool and opponents quake in their sneakers. He wasn't just cooking the basketball books at this point. Westbrook is developing his trademark aggressive playing style. He's not just playing basketball, he's waging war on the court. And as we all know, with great power comes great scrutiny. Critics start to chirp about his high-volume shooting. Is he taking too many shots? They ask. Can you win with Westbrook as your primary scorer? But for For every critic, there's a fan or analyst singing his praises. They see the passion, the drive, the sheer will to win that Westbrook brings to every single game. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Now, let's talk about 2015-2016. This season is like a roller coaster for Westbrook, full of ups, downs, and unexpected turns. Russ comes out of the gate on fire, putting up near triple-double averages for the season. We're talking 23.5 points, 10.4 assists, and 7.8 rebounds per game. He's not just flirting with history, he's taking it out for a fancy dinner. His incredible performance earns him a second-place finish in MVP voting. Some say he was robbed, but Russ, he's just using it as fuel for the fire. But it's not all smooth sailing. Injuries start to take their toll, forcing Westbrook to miss games and adapt his play style. But does he let it slow him down? No way. He comes back stronger, more determined than ever. Then comes the next crucial chapter of Westbrook's career, the 2016-2017 MVP season. The summer of 2016 hits OKC like a thunderbolt. Kevin Durant, Westbrook's longtime running mate, decides to join the Golden State Warriors. The basketball world is stunned, but no one more than Russ. But Westbrook doesn't sulk. No, sir. He channels that emotion into one of the most remarkable individual seasons in NBA history. From opening night, it's clear we're witnessing something special. Westbrook isn't just playing basketball, he's on a mission. As the season progresses, the impossible starts to seem possible. Westbrook is averaging a triple-double. The last time someone did that? Oscar Robertson in 1962. That's well more than half a century ago. The stats are mind-boggling. 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists per game. But it's not just about the numbers. Westbrook is carrying the Thunder on his back, willing them to victory night after night. And then, on April 9th, 2017, history is made. Westbrook snags his 42nd triple-double of the season, breaking Robertson's single-season record. The crowd goes wild, teammates mob him, and Russ, he just nods, ready for the next challenge. When the dust settles, Westbrook has achieved the unthinkable, averaging a triple-double for the entire season and leading the Thunder to the playoffs as the lone superstar. The league takes notice, and Russ is crowned the 2016-2017 NBA MVP. But Westbrook isn't done, not by a long shot. From 2017 to 2019, he enters what we'll call the triple-double era. For the next two seasons, Westbrook does the impossible. He averages a triple-double again and again. Talk about downright historic. Records fall like dominoes. Most triple-doubles in a season, broken. Most consecutive triple-doubles, shattered. But critics still argue about stat padding versus genuine contribution. Is Westbrook hunting for rebounds? Are his teammates sacrificing for his stats? Yet, the impact on team success is undeniable. The Thunder remain competitive in the tough Western Conference, making the playoffs each year. Westbrook's energy and production are the driving forces behind their success. Love him or hate him, one thing's for sure, Russell Westbrook has cemented his place in NBA history. But as we're about to see, his journey is far from over. The Thunder make another strong playoff run, but fall short of the ultimate goal. Yet, through it all, Westbrook's star continues to rise. The stage is set for what's about to become the most incredible individual season in NBA history. Alright, let's keep this high-octane journey rolling. The triple-double era of 2017-2019 was like watching a video game come to life with Westbrook as the cheat code. For two more seasons, Russ does the unthinkable, averaging a triple-double again and again. We're talking 25.4 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 10.3 assists in 2017-18, followed by 22.9 points, 11.1 rebounds, and 10.7 assists in 2018-19. It's not just impressive, it's downright ridiculous. Records? They're falling faster than autumn leaves. Westbrook shatters the record for most triple-doubles in a season, then breaks his own record. He sets the mark for most consecutive triple-doubles, leaving fans and analysts alike scratching their heads in disbelief. But then the debates start heating up. Is Westbrook genuinely contributing to team success, or is he just padding his stats? The arguments are fierce. Some point to the Thunder's continued playoff appearances as proof of Russ's value. Others argue that his style of play is more about individual accolades than team success, blasting off to Houston. In 2019, Westbrook reunites with his old OKC teammate James Harden on the Rockets. Coach Mike D'Antoni's system is a whole new ballgame for Russ. Gone are the days of dominating the ball. Now he's got to adapt to a more spread-out offense, sharing playmaking duties with the Beard himself. At first, it's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, but Westbrook being Westbrook, he finds a way. By mid-season, he's thriving in the Rockets' small ball experiment. With no traditional center clogging the lane, Russ is free to attack the rim like a runaway freight train. The regular season, it's a success. Westbrook averages 27.2 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.0 assists. The Rockets are looking dangerous, but then comes the playoffs and disappointment. The Lakers prove too much to handle, and just like that, Westbrook's time in Houston comes to an end. Alright, let's zoom into Westbrook's whirlwind year with the Washington Wizards. It's 2020-2021, and Russ is ready to paint the nation's capital red, white, and Westbrook. Talk about a statistical resurgence. Westbrook comes out of the gate like a man possessed, putting up numbers that make statisticians swoon. We're talking a jaw-dropping 22.2 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 11.7 assists per game. That's right, folks. It's another triple-double season. The Wizards might be struggling, but Russ, he's turning back the clock. But it's not just about the numbers. Westbrook forms a dynamic partnership with Bradley Beal that has defenses scrambling. It's like watching two master conductors leading an orchestra of buckets. Beal's smooth scoring touch combined with Westbrook's relentless drive. It's basketball poetry in motion. Westbrook steps into a young Wizards locker room and immediately takes charge. He's not just a player anymore. He's become a mentor, a motivator, a one-man hype machine. Young guns like Rui Hachimura and Deni Avdija are soaking up knowledge like sponges, learning what it takes to be a pro from one of the best in the business. Despite a rocky start, Westbrook Westbrook rallies the troops and leads the Wizards to the playoffs. In the Eastern Conference, no less, it's a testament to his never-say-die attitude and his ability to elevate those around. The Wizards might have bowed out in the first round, but make no mistake, Westbrook's impact was felt. He didn't just put up numbers, he changed the culture, instilled a winning mentality, and showed that he's still got plenty left in the tank. In the summer of 2021, Westbrook joins forces with LeBron James and Anthony Davis in LA. The expectations? Sky high. We're talking championship or bust. The Lakers faithful are dreaming of a super team, a three-headed monster ready to devour the NBA. From day one, it's clear that fitting Westbrook into the Lakers system is like trying to parallel park a monster truck. It's a tight squeeze. Russ, known for his ball-dominant style, suddenly finds himself sharing the rock with LeBron. It's like watching two master chefs trying to cook in the same kitchen. There are bound to be some collisions. The stats? Westbrook's averaging 18.5 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 7.1 assists per game in his first season. Not bad for most players, but for Russ, it's a far cry from his triple-double days. But it's not just the numbers, it's the efficiency that's got everyone talking, and not in a good way. Westbrook's shooting percentages plummet, and his turnovers? The media and fans are all over the plaques. Every missed shot, every turnover is dissected and criticized. Social media is ablaze with hot takes and memes. Suddenly, the guy who was once MVP is being called Westbrook by his own fans. And let's talk about the mental toll. Playing in LA isn't like playing anywhere else. The pressure is intense, the spotlight unforgiving. Every game is a red carpet event, and Westbrook's struggles are on display for the world to see. To his credit, he comes off the bench, he tries to focus more on defense, but it's like watching a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. It just doesn't quite work. The 2022-23 season, more of the same. The Lakers struggle, missing the playoffs entirely. The experiment that looked so promising on paper turns out to be a flop at the box office. It's 2023, and Russ is about to trade in the purple and gold for some red, white, and blue. Mid-season, boom! Westbrook gets traded from the Lakers to the Clippers. He's literally just switching locker rooms at thecrypto.com. Russ, the former MVP and triple-double machine, is asked to come off the bench. Westbrook embraces it like a champ. His role? Reduced. His minutes? Slashed. But his impact? Still significant. Westbrook becomes the spark plug for the Clippers' second unit. He's not just adapting, he's thriving in this new team dynamic. Playing alongside Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Russ doesn't need to be the main course anymore. He's the secret sauce, the X factor that keeps defenses guessing. The regular season winds down, and the Clippers clinch a playoff spot. This is where Westbrook really shines. In the postseason, he's like a man possessed. His energy off the bench is infectious. His playmaking crucial in tight games. The Clippers make a deep playoff run, pushing all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Westbrook's not putting up triple-doubles anymore, but his impact is undeniable. He's diving for loose balls, making clutch plays, and proving that he can indeed be a valuable piece on a contending team. Sure, they fall short of the ultimate goal, but Westbrook's redemption arc is in full swing. He's shown he can adapt, that he can put the team first, that he's still got plenty left in the tank. And just when you think the story's winding down, Russ decides it's time for another twist. Next stop, the Mile High City. The Mile High City is buzzing with anticipation as Westbrook joins the Nuggets' championship-caliber roster. Coming off the bench, Russ is set to be the spark plug that ignites Denver's second unit. Picture this. Jokic and Murray have just taken a breather, and suddenly, Westbrook explodes onto the court, pushing the pace and keeping the pressure on shell-shocked opponents. Westbrook's veteran savvy complements the Nuggets' existing firepower like a fine wine paired with a gourmet meal. He's the perfect counterpoint to Jokic's methodical brilliance, injecting controlled chaos into Denver's already potent offense. Now, let's rewind and watch the evolution of Westbrook's game. Gone are the days when Russ would simply outjump and outrun everyone on the court. Now, he's a chess master in sneakers, outthinking opponents with crafty moves and veteran tricks. His athleticism hasn't disappeared, it's just been refined, like a fine-tuned instrument. Watch closely as he navigates the court. The reckless drives have been replaced by calculated attacks. His shot selection? It's smarter, more efficient. It's as if he's traded in his sledgehammer for a scalpel, dissecting defenses with surgical precision. But the biggest surprise? Westbrook's developed a post-game that would make old-school centers proud. He's backing down smaller guards, using his strength and footwork to create mismatches. It's like watching a guard with the soul of a power forward. This is Westbrook 2.0, a player who's taken the best of his youthful exuberance and combined it with the wisdom of a seasoned vet. And the NBA better watch out, because this version of Russ might be the most dangerous yet. As Westbrook's game evolved, so did his leadership style. Remember the Russ who'd scream at teammates for missed assignments? He's transformed into a patient mentor, pulling young guns aside for quiet words of encouragement. It's like watching a tornado turn into a gentle breeze. Still powerful, but in a whole new way. Years of highs and lows have shaped Westbrook's approach to teamwork. He's been the alpha, the sidekick, and now the sixth man. Each role has added a new tool to his leadership toolkit. He's not just talking the talk, he's walked every inch of the NBA path. Watch him with the younger players. He's not just teaching them moves, he's molding their mindset, work ethic, resilience, professionalism. Russ is passing on the intangibles that turn good players into great ones. It's like he's building a legacy beyond the stat sheet. Speaking of stats, let's crunch some numbers. Westbrook's career is a statistician's dream, or nightmare, depending on how you look at it. His peak years? Pure insanity. We're talking about a guy who averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. It's like he was playing NBA 2K on rookie mode, but in real life. Career averages of 22.5 points, 8.4 assists, and 7.3 rebounds rebounds per game. That's not just good, that's all-time great territory. He's in the top 10 all-time for triple-doubles, assists, and usage rate. It's like he's playing whack-a-mole with the record books. As his usage rate dropped, his impact didn't. He adapted, focused on quality over quantity. It's like watching a volume shooter become a sniper. Throughout his career, Westbrook's impact on team success is undeniable. Playoff appearances, deep runs, and NBA Finals appearance. He's been the common denominator in winning teams. In the all-time rankings, Westbrook's name is etched in stone. Top 25 in assists, top 50 in points, top 75 in rebounds. For a point guard, it's like he's playing a different sport than everyone else. The media's take on Westbrook, it's been a roller coaster ride wilder than his playing style. Early on, he was the darling of highlight reels, a human tornado leaving jaws dropped and keyboards clacking. Westbrook is reinventing the point guard position. They'd gush. Then came the criticism. Stat padder. Ball hog. The hot takes were hotter than a summer in OKC. Remember when Stephen A. Smith called him the most athletic point guard in NBA history, but questioned his decision-making? It was like watching a love-hate relationship play out on national TV. But as Russ evolved, so did the narrative. Suddenly, it was all about his resilience, his adaptability. Westbrook's acceptance of a bench role shows true leadership, wrote one analyst. It's like watching a villain become the hero in a sports movie. Now, let's talk fans. In OKC, Westbrook wasn't just a player, he was a demigod. They'd have built him a statue if he'd asked. Houston and Washington, it was more of a mixed bag. Some loved his intensity, others not so much. The Lakers stint, oof, it was like watching a bad blind date. Fans went from excited to frustrated faster than Russ could sprint down the court. But true to form, he bounced back with the Clippers, earning respect, if not adoration. And now Nuggets fans, they're cautiously optimistic. It's like they've been promised a gourmet meal and they're just waiting to take the first bite. Legacy time, folks. Is Westbrook a Hall of Famer? Does a bear wear a funny hat in those charming commercials? Absolutely. First ballot, no questions asked. Among all-time great point guards, he's in the conversation, maybe not at the Magic Johnson level, but definitely in that next tier. It's like he's crashed the party of traditional point guards and refused to leave. Westbrook showed that point guards could rebound, could score at will. He turned triple-doubles from rare feats into nightly expectations. It's like he took the point guard handbook and used it as kindling for a bonfire. Memorable moments? Where do we start? The 2020 game, the game-winning shots, the thunderous dunks. Westbrook's career highlights could fill a feature-length movie with a sequel. Don't bet against Westbrook playing into his late 30s. This is a guy who treats his body like a temple and his work ethic like a religion. He might not be jumping over defenders anymore, but his basketball IQ and veteran savvy, they're aging like fine wine. One thing's for sure, whatever Westbrook does next, it'll be done with the same ferocity and passion he brought to the court. Because for Russ, there's no such thing as slowing down. It's full throttle or nothing. In the end, Westbrook's legacy is this. He played the game his way, defied expectations, and left a mark on NBA history. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. And isn't that what being a legend is all about?